Okay, so for today, we've got a 7v7 game. Okay, but within this pitch, so from here over, we've got a 3v3. In this pitch here, we've got a 3v3, and we've got a +1 here and a +1 here. So overall, we've got 7 blues against 7 reds. 2 separate games going and 2 neutral players within this little green box here in the middle section of the pitches. So if I take the 2 pitches and I say this pitch here, this area, I've got a 20 by 15 area, so 20 by 15. I've got a little mini goal in each corner, and I've got a 3v3 going. So the 3 blues here are trying to score in here, the 3 reds are trying to score here. The reason I have the goals in the corner is to make it harder for the attacking team, because defensively we can guard this area now a lot easier. Okay, it only gives space for the opposition or the attacking team. I pop in a football there on one side of the goal, so it should be harder for the blues to score a goal here. And also, if the reds do win it and there is space in the goal, can they transition quickly and target that space potentially in behind? Okay, so that's one game going. Okay, so as I said, you've got your 3v3 here. Then on the second pitch, so again, if I take this out here and on my pitch over here, okay, I've got a blue gate here, red gate and a red gate. Okay, red team here to score must get in behind the blue team and dribble the ball through the gate. Okay, so you don't just have to get into this zone. The team can dribble through this gate, goal scored, or else they dribble through this gate, goal scored. At the same thing then goes for the blue team. Blue team, can we dribble up here, or can we do a passing pattern to get into this zone, and then we dribble through here, or as I said, we can dribble out the other side. So we've got 2 options of scoring. So this is a dribbling one. If you want to say this is a passing one then, because the goals are small little pop-up ones, or your small little bazooka goals, for example, or something like that. Okay, both these goals, or games I should say, and I'm just going to use the black ones here as my footballs instead. So both these games are going now at the same time. Okay, you might have a coach watching this game, okay, keeping a score here. So if I say coach, you'll have another coach over here watching this game, and then you'll have a third coach if you have in here in the middle. Okay, so the whole role of this third coach and these 2 neutral players. So if the red team score in this game, okay, blues now have the ball. The player that's now scored the goal has to come into this green box and rotate with the neutral player. So as that's happening, we've now got a 3v2 on here. So how does this team adapt to slowing down the play? How do the blues adapt to that quick transition? Okay, and this red has to get back in as quick as possible, and you might say the red has to swap with a high 5. So the minute they get a high 5, then they can come in. Okay, so that's going. At the same time this game is going though, and let's say the blues end up scoring. So let's say they end up here, they get that goal scored. Again, it'll be a goal kick for the reds. The goal scorer will have to come out, and the exact same happens here. So now can the reds transition quickly? Can the blue slow down the player? They might get a compact shape in front of their goal and allow this neutral blue to come in. Okay, so you've got that rotation within. So for certain elements, you've got that transition to attack, you've got a transition to defense, okay, and you're going to have overloads as well. Okay, you'll have that overloads in the 3v2s if you can utilize that in the speed of the game. Okay, from a point of view of now, these players can go to either game. So this neutral player here has to watch the 2 pitches. This neutral player has to watch the 2 pitches. Your third coach here is going to help that. Okay, but also make sure that this player does not leave until they've got a high 5 from the goal scorer on either pitch. Okay, what will happen at certain stages if the red player here scores a goal? Okay, so I'm going to put reds in possession of both pitches. Red team scores here. As this player gets a high five and rotates and comes in here, all of a sudden, the same time or within seconds, this red team might score here, and it's a rotation again. So now this red player has gone from your passing pitch all the way over to your dribbling pitch, and now they're working on different elements of their game as well. Okay, so that's why it's key overall, as I said at the very start. It's a 7v7, but they're all working on different elements. Okay, your communication is going to be important again. Whether that's verbal communication from this neutral player, okay, or even your physical communication in terms of that high five. Can we react off that high five as well? All right, so give it a go. 2 little 3v3s, different conditions in each game. Overall 7v7. How are they working together as a team and as an overall unit within your transition to defense, your transition to attack, and how do you react in those 3v2 overloads when you've got that opportunity as well?